This is Christine Brown, and while I have to listen to this podcast as my motherly duty, you have the choice not to. My sons sometimes say some naughty things when they're trying to be funny, but really, they're just being stupid. Do you still want to listen? Go right ahead. I am not your mother.
Welcome back to the Patriots Dynasty podcast. I'm your host, Andy Brown. With me are both my brothers this week. Steve Brown, how's it going?
Good. Glad to be back in the saddle.
Yeah. I missed last week because we had had a family emergency, so we had to bail. But we're back here, and we're back with everybody. Steve Brown, you're doing puppy prep, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, puppy pickup day. This time, next episode, we'll have a little dog joining us.
Oh, fuck yeah. That won't be obnoxious at all.
Yeah.
Speaking of obnoxious, welcome, Greg.
The day I have to listen to a fucking dog in the background is the day I quit this podcast.
This is our final episode with Greg. Thanks for joining us.
But Steve and I were talking before you joined, Greg, and I think that at this point it's almost like a Pavlov's response for the listeners, because when you're here, they know that like this is a game worth watching.
Yeah.
Especially when they find out that you even watched this entire game.
I watched the whole game,
yes.
Start to finish.
So tell us which one it is. What do we want? What are we talking about tonight?
The folks out there will remember it as the Big Willie fourth down stop on the goal line and then run down the center of the field in the RCA Dome, pointing to the heavens. A legendary game in Patriots lore.
Yes. So this is 2003, week 13. As the Patriots will travel to, is it the RCA Dome?
Yeah.
Is it still the RCA Dome?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was then. I don't know if it still is. Was it?
No, it's Lucas Oil Field now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's always a completely different stadium too, right?
I don't know.
But yeah, so the Patriots at 9-2 travel to Indianapolis to play the Colts, who are also 9-2. For battle for, I think technically second place in the AFC, because aren't the Chiefs like 10-1? They were undefeated up until last week.
Yes, yeah.
But the Colts are tied with the Titans for at 9-2 in their division. Patriots are a couple games up. They're over the Miami Dolphins, who are 8-4, and they will be playing each other next week. So a lot on the line for this, kind of home field advantage through the playoffs, maybe, that sort of stuff. And just kind of like the first real marquee battle between Brady and Manning, right? Because they've played before, but they haven't really been. Yeah. That was like real early Tom Brady in 2001.
The first game of Brady, right?
Yep, his first game. And then also the David Patton game like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, they were both early in that season.
Yeah,
that's right.
I want to put a correction out there though, because on the last episode I said I don't remember who we play in the playoffs in this year. Watching this game, I remember, because this is the year Manning and McNair share MVPs.
Correct.
And both of them are in the same division. They're both doing awesome this year.
Yeah. Yeah, Peyton Manning this year was like prime Peyton Manning. And what did he do? He did 4,200 yards, 29 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. And this is still 2003, so they hadn't even changed the rules yet, which I think we will get to later on in this season, to allow wide receivers free releases and less contact on wide receivers. And they still throw them for 4,200 yards and 29 touchdowns. Pretty good.
Yeah, this team is stacked.
Yeah, and for comparison's sake, Tom Brady in 2002, the year before this, led the league with 29 touchdown passes. So this is like league-leading numbers here.
It was sort of like the Patriots offense 07, like where he's just like dominating a little bit, can throw the ball a ton.
Yeah. But like Greg said, this is a loaded team, kind of on both sides of the ball. Obviously more so on the offense, but there's some names that you'll recognize on the defense too. Leading rusher Edgerrin James ran for 1,200 yards and 11 touchdowns. Good season for a team that's been slinging the ball to 4,000 yards and 29 touchdowns. But the other end of that connection, obviously Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne. Marvin Harrison, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 0 witnesses this season. Reggie Wayne, second leading receiver with 838 yards and another 7 touchdowns on top of that. So they were scoring in bunches, this team. How'd they do? They would end up finishing.
Pollard and Clark at tight end.
Oh, that's right. Yep. And also rookie, what's his name? That tight rookie Dallas Clark.
Yeah. Dallas Clark, yeah, I saw that.
Who unfortunately in this game goes down with a real bad ankle injury, which turned out to be
season ending, right?
A fractured fibula.
It had to be season ending.
Yeah. So I don't think he played much after this game.
He was a beast later.
Oh, yeah. Their draft this year was actually pretty good because I got him in the first round. Robert Mathis, who
also really good.
Yeah, defensive end, played really well. And then Cato June as well, the linebacker from Michigan.
Oh, Cato.
All three would go to at least one Pro Bowl.
This has got to be early for Freeney, right?
This is Freeney's like
just coming on the scene right now too.
Everyone's like, whoa. He had 13 sacks in 2002. This is the middle of his prime. So he went 13, 11, 16, 11. So 4 straight years of 10 sacks each.
Yeah, and he was drafted the year before in 2002, like you said.
Yeah, so it's his second year.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that dude is fast. I remember, it's like, oh yeah, he was fast, and Matt Light always had a problem with him. But you just forget how fast he actually was.
Yeah,
it was like one of the first snaps of the game, and he just blew by Matt Light as if he was just standing still. It was incredible how quick he got the ball.
Wicked good too. His jump was real.
And it's like I think the AstroTurf. Yeah. Everybody looked so goddamn fast on the Astros.
Oh my god, Mike Cloud looked untouchable.
Yeah,
on this. Yeah,
it just looks awesome in general. Like, I understand that it's better to play on like this fake grass now, but the turf with like the bright green popping against like the jerseys and like everyone looks fast and they're about to and
everyone's super clean too because it's just run on carpet. So yeah,
it looks awesome.
Bring up their jerseys. Yeah. The color's definitely popping.
Reggie Bush ruined it for everyone when he tore his ACL.
Fucking Reggie Bush. So how did the Colts do this year?
Well, you forgot one important player.
Oh, yeah, I was going to get to him in a second.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Perfection.
Yeah, all right. Well, all right, let's do it.
The perfect human being.
I'll just throw that out hilariously because I didn't actually realize that's the person we missed.
Yes, no, that's who we're talking about.
No, it's him.
Yeah. So I was looking him up a little bit and just kind of like some of the Boston Globe articles the week leading into this. And there's a lot of talk about how, one, he's more than just a kicker. He's a football player. I have a quote here. Oh, yeah, here we go. Vanderjagt will always defend himself as a football player, not just a kicker. Quote, I have the full respect of every player in this locker room, he said. And you'll never hear Manning, for one, call him, quote, just a kicker again. A kicker seems to be a negative about you, like, oh, you're just a kicker. And that's a negative statement you put on you, Vanderjagt said. It's ridiculous. I take pride in being able to tackle guys, throw the ball around, and be an athlete. It's disappointing I get labeled like that. It's changing, but it's been a slow process. Sometimes I talk the talk, but I walk the walk. I'm an athlete, and everybody in here knows it.
Well, that's even more ironic, right? Because Manning said exactly that at the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
That Mike Vanderjagt was just a kicker?
Yeah, he's like, when Vanderjagt was complaining about something, Manning was like, it's a real shame that we got this like jackass drunken kicker making comments to the media while I'm here at my third Pro Bowl or something like that.
Yeah, well, so here you go. I don't know if it's the same article or not, but it was earlier on. And so it's just talking about how he's Vanderjagt's very outspoken. And so it says, when Vanderjagt went home to Toronto to do, quote, The Score, which I guess is a Toronto cable TV show, he said that Manning needs to, quote, show some enthusiasm and that Dungy is, quote, just a mild-mannered guy. Manning responded by calling Vanderjagt, quote, an idiot kicker.
I mean, I'm in on that. but I still hate him.
The incident hung over the team in the offseason, but ever since, the Colts have been good and fiery, and they take a 9-2 record in today's matchup with the Patriots, who are also 9-2. Nobody in the Colts locker room is apt to say that their, quote, idiot liquored up kicker, as Manning described him,
that was what he
at the Pro Bowl last January, had anything
Yeah.
to do with this year's success.
Yeah, that was actually making the rounds today. I watched that clip today.
Really?
Yeah, because apparently Mahomes was saying something about not having like protection.
Oh, he was, yeah.
Yeah, so there were people throwing that around.
Yes. So,
but he's perfect on this season.
He does go. I thought you guys
Like, that's why
it's important because he missed a field goal or something, which he did not. 4 for 4 on extra points, 2 for 2 on field goals.
yes, he was also 0 for 2 on tackling Bethel Johnson, though.
Yeah, but he was perfect on this.
Okay.
Speaking of which,
Ooh, you have a Bethel Johnson
audio
jersey?
medium, I'm wearing a Bethel Johnson jersey. As we
Where the
speak.
fuck did you get that?
Did you buy that just for this? Because it's a B. Johnson. Holy shit.
Mhm.
I just figured it was a moss that you were just pretending it was
on
a.
his jerseys?
Yeah.
When I went downstairs earlier tonight, Kelly was like, "Who's that?" And I said, "I got it personalized because I have a big Johnson." And I think she half believed it for a second.
Of course she did. She lives with you.
Oh, like
Wait,
B.
did you-
Johnson. Come
So
on.
you did just recently buy this though?
No, I've had it.
How long?
I don't know.
Probably since
forever.
2003?
Since around this time frame.
You bought a Bethel. All right. You know what? Good for you.
Dude, Bethel, I gotta say,
Dude, you're right. He does have B. Johnson on his jersey. I just checked it on the highlights on Patriots Dynasty.info.
Yep.
Yep.
B. Johnson.
yeah.
Who was
But
the other
I
Johnson?
had this impression of him being like a bust.
Ted Johnson. I think
But he's awesome.
he was more just like he was supposed to be kind of like a good wide receiver and not just a kick returner, but he never really did anything other than kick returning, I think.
He's had some good receiving games.
Yeah. I think he's really impressed me this year.
Last game was pretty good. This game he was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's more because they just haven't had anybody else to put there, though. Like, you're not going to
But
start
right now,
him
he's been
over
making, like,
Dion
legit
Branch.
Good plays when given opportunities.
He's doing okay.
Okay, I lied. He had 2 catches, 7 yards in this game.
Right. I wasn't going to.
But he
step on that,
also had like 2 of the
Yes.
biggest plays of the game.
Right. So, all right, let's get into the game, I guess.
Well, one other note on the Colts. There are 4 Hall of Famers on this team. Manning, Harrison.
Freeney?
No.
Not Reggie Wayne.
No.
No, not Reggie Wayne.
He was inducted last year. Adrian James is a Hall of Famer, which I found really surprising. Yeah. He got inducted last year.
That's a bit of a show.
And I wanted to bring that up. Like, I never feared Adrian James as an opponent. Like Marshall Faulk, you're always what are we gonna do? Like, this guy's a matchup nightmare.
He's a weapon.
He could just win this game on his own, but I never got that feeling from Adrian
Kevin
James.
Falk is exactly how they felt, right, Andy?
Oh yeah, yeah, same thing.
But I get what you're saying, Greg. Adrian James is always just like he's like a Lawrence Maroney.
Yeah,
He just never showed up in the
and that
big
means he
spots.
shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
I'm with you.
I agree.
I was really surprised by it.
because he never scared Patriots fans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's like Manning, who just put up a ton of stats, but he didn't even like put him up in like a unprecedented way without a lot of big wins.
Yeah, he never really showed up in the playoffs that I remember.
Manning eventually figured out, but that was way after Edge is gone.
Yeah,
But like Harrison, yes, right? He could kill you. You were scared of him. Manning, yes.
Yep.
Tony Dungy is the 4th, by the way. Yes.
that's a shame.
Tony Dungy, of course.
Did Tony Dungy
Yeah, no,
has
I'm not saying
has
he
like
doesn't have to be in it, but
he has like the same career winning percentage as Belichick.
I just didn't think I was thinking coaches at all.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the same Tony Dungy?
That's correct.
Won.
668 winning percentage compared to Belichick's 678.
Wow. All right.
In like half the games, though.
Yeah, he was 5-5 against Patriots in his career. The Pats actually started. It was weird because they started like 4-1 against them, but then they went 1-4 after that. But they were 2-1. The Patriots were 2-1 in the playoffs.
Fuck Tony Dungy. Let's get into this game.
Yeah. Well, one other head coach though that is funny is Jim Caldwell was a QB coach, and
QB
so
whisperer.
I guess yeah. If you're a QB coach for Peyton Manning, that means you will eventually get a head coach job because
The original,
between him and Adam Gase,
Yep.
just the eyes on both of them.
That's true. Yeah.
For different reasons, because I think Jim Caldwell almost has that 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah. And
Where
Gase's
you know
doing
how
his
like
own
sometimes
sense.
dogs just stare at a wall for no reason. I feel like that's Tony Dunn. That's Jim Caldwell.
Where you start being like, "You awake?
Yeah.
You awake?"
Yeah.
And
And-
Adam's got those bath salts eyes, just like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where he's like, he's awake for sure.
Yeah. And he sees flies that are in the room that nobody else sees.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's tracking.
he's
those
smelling
bad boys.
colors. That guy.
Exactly. You can see sounds. So yeah, Jim Caldwell, head coach.
QB whisper. Anybody,
QB
any coach of quarterbacks that if it's a good quarterback is gonna get labeled QB whisper. It's just
Absolutely.
it's how the NFL works.
Mhm. Buzzword City.
Yep. All right, so let's talk about this football game.
Yeah.
Give me a rundown, Brownie, of how
So-
this kind of
Who's Brownie? Never mind.
crazy.
Who's Breezy?
You're Steve.
Steve, let me get this one. Okay. I watched this game. I'll have you.
I'll have you know.
So this game was famous for the stop at the end, but the whole game was just wild in itself. And
Yeah, actually, should we give this a watchability score?
sure.
All right.
This is a very entertaining.
Yeah. So
Great.
out of 6 Lombardis, what would you give this?
I'll give it a
5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give it
Even
yeah,
5.
I'd say so.
Yeah. I mean,
The only reason it's not 6 is because it's not a playoff game, I think.
mhm.
But 9-2 teams going at it all the way to the end. In exciting fashion.
Manning Brady
Comes
Brady
on last
factor.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shootout too. The final score ends up being 38-34 Patriots.
Yeah.
So it was a points fiesta. And really, it could have been a devastating loss for the Patriots.
When I was watching it, the part that surprised me was how many opportunities the Patriots squandered to just like stomp on the Colts' throat and put this game away for good.
Yeah. And it's I when I thought of like the Colts comeback game, I was thinking of the AFC Championship game they lost, right?
I always got these two games mixed up.
6, I believe. Yeah. And I didn't really, it's like kind of similar to that game, except the Patriots pull it out in the end. But the Patriots go up 31-10 late in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Give up
3
that
touchdowns.
lead, get it back, and then the 4th down stop comes on basically the last play of the game.
Yeah. But the Colts had also already come. This was the season where, remember, they were playing the Bucks and they were down
Yeah.
35-14 with 5 minutes left in the game. And they came back and won it like 38-35.
And that I watched the 4th quarter of that game.
Yeah, me too. Oh, not
Before
today, but
this.
generally.
I watched it before, like 2 weeks ago. I just like stumbled across it on YouTube and I was like, oh yeah, I remember hearing about this Monday night game.
Yeah.
It was insanity.
Bananas. Yeah. They literally came back from, what was that, 3 touchdowns down with 5 minutes left.
It was 28.
Is there, like,
It was
special teams
28 to
touchdowns?
7. No, that's the other thing. Is it was 28 to 7 to start the 4th. It was 35-14 with 4 minutes and 16 seconds left.
Yeah.
And then they tied it up with still a minute 37 left on the clock. In less than 3 minutes, they fucking scored 21 points without turnovers.
Just like
Right.
bombs?
It was
Yeah.
just, it was kind of like just clinical too.
It was just Peyton Manning just
Wow.
doing his thing. And
Uh-huh.
it just all of a sudden, when it clicks, that's what happens. You score
Yeah,
3
Peyton
touchdowns
Manning,
in
yeah.
a couple
That
minutes.
offensive perfection.
Yeah. And to Greg's point, they kind of did that again in this game. Because like you were saying, the Patriots went up, was it 31-10?
Let's not gloss over
31-10.
that. That's kind of
Yep.
whooped them up And then Peyton Manning had nothing in the first half. He was not playing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, the Patriots in the first half, the Manning's first drive, he got strip sacked on third down.
He was like, they were confusing him. You could definitely tell that he had no idea what was going on. He was holding on the ball a lot longer than you ever seen Manning do.
Yep.
And Vrabel just like hunted him down, came all the way around, looped around, just got him blindside in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great. Which the Patriots immediately turned into a Mike Cloud touchdown run.
Did you see the Pepper Johnson clip of him stoked about that?
Yeah, Pepper Johnson.
Oh, man. He was hype city.
The names in this game, I think, is another reason why this is a 5 Lombardi game. Fucking Pepper Johnson.
Wait, are you talking about like the obscure names on the Patriots?
No, just the fact that all these huge names played in this game.
Okay. Because there's also a bunch of fucking nobodies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like the people that scored touchdowns for the Patriots, Mike Cloud. Yep. Who the fuck Mike Cloud? Dedrick Ward.
Yeah, Dedrick Ward,
Dedrick Ward, yep.
He played last week.
Yeah, he had a couple catches there. JJ Stokes is out there.
JJ Stokes.
JJ fucking Stokes. Yeah. I had no clue that JJ Stokes played for the Patriots.
Right? This is what happens when you miss a fucking podcast. We were talking about this last week, Greg.
JJ fucking Stokes, dude.
No, last week. JJ Stokes and Dedrick Ward were basically starting at wide receiver.
JJ Stokes was the man.
Yeah. He had a like 35-yard bomb.
Yeah. And Dedrick Ward did the same in this game, which is fucking
Snapchatted it to you, Greg.
Yeah, but I just delete those.
Oh yeah, you just don't even watch them.
No, you actually have killer Snapchat, Steve. Those ones where you make your face ugly.
Oh yeah,
I screenshot them every time.
Their whole album, dude.
Dude, they're hilarious.
The kickstart when you open a beer and you pretend to rev it like a fucking motorcycle.
Those are funny too.
Those are sweet.
Yeah. I like it because your girlfriend looks disappointed.
Oh, yeah. Very.
It's like, oh, it's not this again.
State. You can just see it just like slowly leaving her eyes, like just like accepting it eventually.
You can just see the love fading.
Speaking of a love fading, the shine went off the Patriots. Like that, Andy?
That was pretty good. Yeah, but like even this whole first half was just all Patriots, it felt like. Like they put up 10 points in the first quarter, and then there another touchdown like right as the second quarter starts. And the Colts haven't scored yet, so it's 17 nothing.
Yep.
Colts score a field goal.
That field goal, they almost had a touchdown.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Absolute filthy move from Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
He's pretty fucking good.
He was taking advantage of Eugene Wilson when he's a safety. Remember, he's a college cornerback. They drafted, moved him to safety his rookie year, and this is his 10th or 11th game.
Yeah, he had
Harrison was
tough game in coverage in this game.
I thought he was scrappy though. He like made a couple good plays too.
Because you have his jersey, Greg.
He made a couple
in this game.
I agree. No, he's actually.
That's why I think I liked him is because even though he wasn't, he's like Malcolm Butler.
Yeah.
Where he might not be the most talented player, but you could tell like he was taking it personal if something, and he played with anger where like every tackle coming in like hard and being like, if I'm going to fuck up, I'm going to fuck up hard. You know?
Exactly.
Which I respect that in a player.
That's fair. But I think we should probably talk about the end of the first half in this game because like this just again is kind of another point of like this is how exciting this game was because the Colts scored right at the end of the half. There's like Manning threw a touchdown to Pollard with 12 seconds left in the half, and that pulls it within 17-10. So they closed it, so it's cool. Colts are gonna get the ball back.
Yep, crowds roaring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're starting to get some momentum.
Yeah,
and I just want you to hear what. Actually, no. Well, we'll talk about the play first. But so the Colts kick it off.
I know
Bethel Johnson instead of scribbing. It was 12 seconds left, but they just do regular kickoff, and all that happens is
house call.
Yeah, Bethel Johnson.
See ya fucking later.
Bethel Johnson eludes the tackle of noted athlete Mike Vanderjagt.
Big Johnson
to take it 91 yards for the touchdown to end the half.
Large Johnson.
And then one of my one of my favorite pastimes of the NFL is interviewing coaches as they run into the locker room for halftime
while running.
Thanks, Greg. Coach, obviously you cut it to 7, that big drive, and then a huge reversal momentum.
Yeah, that's dumb on my part, kicking the ball deep. We just got to bounce back from it the second half. We're starting to move the ball. We got to get them stopped on defense.
All right, Coach.
I mean, he already had a big return earlier, too. He had like a 60-something yarder, like a 65-yarder.
No, that comes later, which is even better.
Yeah, well,
I just
see,
like,
I respect that.
I like
Thanks, Greg. Coach, obviously you cut it to 7, that big drive, and then a huge reversal momentum.
Yeah, that's dumb on my part.
He couldn't wait to get it out. He was like, let me interrupt you there.
Yeah, that's dumb on my part, kicking the ball deep.
One more time?
Yeah, that's dumb on my part, kicking the ball deep.
Momentum.
Yeah, that's dumb on my part, kicking the ball deep.
Why are you loving shit on him? All right.
Well, there's nothing
just like Tony Dungy and hearing him being like, yeah, it's dumb on my part.
I'm pretty sure Andy just
idiot.
watches sports not to like root for teams, but to root against teams.
Yeah.
I root against individuals, actually. I couldn't care less about the team.
Is it any individual that's not on the Patriots? Is that how you classify? Categorize?
Not any, but they all seem to be
But
not on the Patriots.
A large majority, we'll say.
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But if Doug Peterson had said that same exact quote, he'd have a job right now. Okay. If he just came out and said, you know what? That was dumb on my part. Everybody would have been like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, fair enough.
we all make mistakes.
Moving on.
So true.
Yeah.
Didn't happen though. So now it's 24-10 Patriots.
Yeah.
At halftime instead of 17-10, and like that just took the air out of the place.
Yeah. Do you see the Patriots fans in the crowd going wild? Like,
like 7 of them.
Is there a better feeling than being an away fan and with like a backbreaking play like that where the whole stadium's like, fuck, and you're just like, yeah, suck it. Everybody here, suck it.
Dropping trout, just mooning the crowd.
Oh,
Dude, I don't know. When it's like real intense and everyone's drunk as shit, it's like, and at the end of the game too.
Yeah.
Sketch.
Yeah,
I was
it
at
could be
that
sketchy.
Dumb fake spike from Roethlisberger. He throws
Oh,
it
yes.
in the end zone to end the game at Pittsburgh. They were so mad.
Well, that had the added anger of the Jesse James touchdown they took off the board.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was beautiful too. I can't wait to get to that one.
But it's such a roller coaster of emotions where you're bummed out, everybody around you's happy, and then in 12 seconds you're ecstatic, and everybody else is. Yeah. And you're just like, suck
High
it.
roller coaster gets that up incline. There's just drops out from underneath him. It's ridiculous.
Oh, beautiful.
And I mean, it's a huge difference, right? Instead of 17-10 going to the half, it's 24-10.
Right,
That's
exactly.
a whole different game.
Yep. And then the Patriots stopped the Colts' first drive and then scored another touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's 31-10, and we're 2 drives into the second half.
Warm up the bus.
Yep. And then literally the next drive, Manning threw another interception, and this is where like it started to feel for me like, how is this so close? Because now that was like 2 plays later. So the Patriots up 30-0, and they're like harassing Manning, and he's thrown his it's his second turnover of the game, and
It's getting cloudy out there.
He's nervous.
Dark clouds.
He was looking shook.
yeah, he was.
Multiple touchdown games. Really getting dark cloudy out there.
There's storm
Manning throwing
brewing
picks.
because there's a lot of clouds gathering.
Yep.
Hey, you, get off of my cloud.
Good one.
I had to look that. That's a Bermanism.
That is a Birmingham. Okay.
It's a Rolling Stones song, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know the song?
Well, I do now. I looked it up.
Good. Yeah. So the Patriots have 1st and 10 at the Indianapolis 30, like already inside field goal range, up 31-10.
6 minutes left in the third.
Yeah.
You're like, this game's over. They're
Yeah,
getting points. We're
Yeah, a field goal and this game's done. Like anything. In fact, you could just like run the clock out and run it to the 1 and get stopped, and it's fine. But Brady throws an interception 2 plays later, and so like it's like never even happened.
Whoops.
And then the Colts start rolling. They're they're at this point they're pulling all the stops because you have to, right? You're down fucking 3 touchdowns in the third, so they're going for it on like 4th and 9 and converting. And eventually Manning throws a touchdown to Wayne, and I think that was the one. One of these, one of these were really good. There was a really
Tommy
good play
toe
design.
taps. The Wayne one was a little toe tap in the corner of the end zone. It was a nice catch.
Oh no, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Yeah,
You're thinking of the drop in the bucket to Marvin Harrison in the back corner.
maybe it was one where it looked like it was going to be a quick slant, and then he got to the middle field and took straight off up the seam instead.
It was the same route actually that he fooled Eugene Wilson on earlier.
Yeah,
and Eugene Wilson went the wrong way both times, and one Manning just overthrew him. The second one he made it.
Yeah,
it was the exact same route.
So yeah,
God,
so
Manning was so good.
He was.
He was so fucking good, man.
Yep.
Because you remember this feeling too of playing against Manning, where you'd be like, "Oh boy,
let's just 31.
Yeah, exactly.
You can confuse him to start, but he'll figure it out eventually what you're trying to do to him, and then he knows the counter to it.
And then
similar
once
to
he gets
Patrick Mahomes this year, or lately,
Mahomes
just
the same way. Yeah.
We have to score here because we're only up 3 touchdowns.
Right. And Brady was the same way though, you know.
But I think
sometimes he'd be down and be like, "Oh, Brady will figure it out. He'll figure out what they're doing, and we'll get it going."
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
I think Mahomes and Manning have more of like this could all fall apart really fast.
Yeah.
Like it could be like 2 touchdowns in 4 plays.
Yeah, don't let them score once, because once they score, like you've opened the floodgate sort of thing. Whereas Brady was always just like, he'll never really get down by that much because he'll always find a way to just like claw back and hang in there until the end.
You know, I mean, I think Brady does get the lucky plays a little bit, and not lucky plays, but turnovers and like help from the defense and special teams I mean, even in this game, a bunch of big returns from Bethel, you know, to bail him out of some dumb picks.
Yeah, I mean, this was still early in his career, so he was still throwing those dumb picks. But like, when's the last time you remember him doing that? Recently, like, he doesn't throw those anymore.
But like, I feel like you can never really count Brady out, no matter how much. Even like the Atlanta Super Bowl, the other one that comes to mind is the Bills. You know, where they're up a ton in the fourth quarter, and McKelvin fumbles a kickoff return when he could have taken a knee.
Yeah.
Like, true. There's a bunch of other shit around that game. The Broncos.
Or the 49ers one, it was the same. It just didn't break their way.
Right.
Remember against Kaepernick on that Monday night?
Yep. That game was ridiculous too.
Yeah.
But this game was the opposite. Brady gets the ball back and immediately throws another pick. Oh, what the fuck? And then Manning, I think it was on the first play, throws another touchdown to Harrison. That's what you're talking about, where Eugene gets beat.
Yeah.
And so that's 14 points in like 4 plays.
Yeah.
Like total, including the Patriots plays. You're like, shit. And now we're in the fourth quarter, and it's 31-24 instead of 31-10. And the crowd is fucking into it. Especially when the Patriots go 3-and-out, and Manning again drives them down, scores another touchdown, and it's tie game,
31-31 with 10 minutes. That's another, it's just crazy. Like, you go, how do you lose a 31-10 game with 6 minutes left in the third? They lost it with 10 minutes left in the fourth.
Right. Yeah.
It was a tie game with still fucking playing time.
Tie game after 2 drives in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. This Colts team was like that though.
Yeah. But then back to Steve's point, like, Manning scores that touchdown to tie it, and the Colts decide, you know what we're going to do? We're going to kick it to Bethel Johnson. And he does exactly the same fucking thing and takes it 68 yards.
Big Johnson.
So I mixed that up. I thought Beth must have had a big return in the first half too. He must have had 3 big returns, because I thought this return was that one. Watching the highlights, he must have had 3, because Mike, he says in the half, like, that was a dumb mistake, because I think Bethel had already had a big return like in the first quarter or so. And he knew they had a big return. That's why it was dumb of him to kick it to him again, to give him a second chance in the first half to have another big return. And then he kicks it to him again in the fourth quarter, and he has another big return.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think he did have.
He had 5 returns for 192 yards. He averaged almost 40 yards a return.
Yeah, that's 3 big boys.
God.
Yeah, that's a lot.
He's the man.
He was awesome.
He didn't really have any returns in the first half because the Colts didn't score. So.
Stop fact checking, Andy. No one cares.
Fact check. That's a lie. That's the only thing anybody remembers.
Kickoff number 1. Never mind. No game.
I told you. So the Patriots are set up to start at the Colts 32, which is, a big day. But this time, Brady finds Branch for a touchdown. And now we're actually now that shit's just all over the place. Just all over the place. And actually, Brady could have actually credited him with one of the earlier Mike Cloud touchdowns because it was a touchdown, but they ruled it out of bounds and the Patriots didn't challenge it. I think it was maybe Dietrich Ward or JJ Stokes.
JJ Stokes.
Yeah, it was JJ Stokes.
I was fucking pissed about that.
I know.
Yeah.
Add him to the list of the Brady touchdown guys.
Yes, that would have been.
That'd be a deep cut on that list, which is a bummer.
And he caught one. It was a clear catch. Even the announcers
how they even ruled that out of bounds in the first place is beyond. Because the guy was sitting there, the referee was watching all the way through, and there was no reason.
So clear.
Yeah. But then the Patriots didn't even challenge it because they had the ball at the 1 for whatever reason. And I think it was I think it was a pass interference call on the play anyway in the end zone. So they just gave it to him on the 1s. The Patriots yeah, fuck it. We'll just run it in.
And then he almost threw a pick there's a tip ball the next play.
Yeah. Yeah.
In between that Mike Cloud TD run and that
right.
definite TD from JJ Stokes, they almost turned it over.
Yeah. And that there could have changed the game too. So a little bit more luck here. Yep. But the Patriots again, so they're up again by a touchdown, and then they hold the Colts. They stop them on 4th and 1.
Then what happens, Andy?
Actually, no, they didn't. Yeah, and then I don't even want to say it because I feel like I'm
league MVP.
Yeah, no, Dynasty MVP. Kevin Falk makes a rare mistake.
That was just season MVP.
No, early Dynasty MVP.
Oh, I didn't know you were saying he's the MVP of the whole early dynasty.
Oh yeah,
that seems rich.
Give me somebody else.
Teddy Bruce.
Rich as in hilarious. Yeah. Tom Brady.
Maybe. Without Kevin Falk, Tom Brady doesn't put up those numbers.
Okay, but he fumbles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Patriots starting at their own 8, and he fumbles.
Yeah.
So
absolutely,
the Colts starting at the New England 11 go 3 and out and settle for field goal though.
And
not great, Phil. Not great.
Yeah.
The announcer's we're definitely going for the touchdown here, right?
Yeah.
Comes the field goal unit.
And noted athlete Vanderjagt kicks a field goal. Stay perfect on the season.
I watched that highlight while we were talking. He definitely thought he could tackle Bethel Johnson and then realized about the 30-yard line that Bethel's way too fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's running for it. But
he gets his hips turned, so he comes back around. I'll just catch him on the angle. No.
Yep. Nope. There's no angle that works out that you're going to catch him. But yeah, so, that was a huge stop by the defense, number 1, because you're still up a touchdown, but you're starting on a short field. The Colts are starting on your 11-yard line, and to hold the Colts to a 3 and out and make them kick a field goal. So now it's 38-34. And so the Patriots at this point are just fuck it, we're just going to run the clock, right? They're doing whatever they can. Actually, no, they weren't running the clock. They were they should have because there was only a few minutes left, right? But they came out throwing it with 5 wide.
Yeah, another suspect decision by Belichick.
Little strange. I'd say Charlie Weiss, but yeah, okay.
And then Brady throws what? That would have been the worst pick I've ever seen Brady throw. Hits a guy directly in the hands.
A linebacker directly in the chest. Between the numbers, the guy drops it.
With nobody with a million yards of them.
Yeah, real bad.
And you're holding on to a 4-point lead with fucking 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
And the only reason it's a 4-point lead is because your defense held after your last turnover when they saw on the 11-yard line.
Yeah, and they have a cut of Belichick here, and he looks worried.
Yeah,
maybe the most worried I've ever seen Belichick on the sideline was this cut here. He's oh shit, we're about to give the ball back to Peyton Manning.
It felt a lot like the 4th and 2 game.
Yeah.
You're you just can't give the ball back to Manning.
Yeah.
Maybe
this
had something to do with that. I bet
it did.
Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe this has something to do with what they do against the Seahawks, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where instead of like, okay, let's try and like let him score or whatever, he's like, all right, let's make a stop deal, you know?
Yep.
And like to keep the pressure on, because like these are like pretty high pressure like play calls and all that.
Mhm.
He's definitely getting down to it. Like,
oh yeah. But speaking of Charlie Weiss, I was thinking about this the other day, kind of as I was watching this and like through these few seasons, and I forgot how kind of exciting, I guess, the play calling was. Like Charlie Weiss used to call a shit ton of trick plays and like all sorts of like gadgets and just like movement all over the place. He never really knew what was happening. So I was thinking, how would you rank Tom Brady's offensive coordinators? So you've got 4. You got Charlie Weiss, Bill O'Brien, Josh McDaniels, and Byron Leftwich.
okay, Byron Leftwich was
Byron.
what?
Yeah.
Right
Notice
now.
I can barely say that without.
I think
Laughing.
Byron Leftwich is good.
Wait,
You think so?
He's our offensive.
Wait, I
coordinator?
thought fucking what's his name was
Who?
Eric Bieniemy.
He's the Chiefs offensive coordinator.
Oh yeah, okay, idiot.
Wait. I'm still wrapping
Stupid.
Byron Leftwich was the OC of the Patriots.
Nope.
No,
He's Tom
the Bucs
Brady's
right now.
offensive
Tom
coordinator.
Brady.
Yeah.
Who cares? Fuck him.
Yeah,
We've only had 3 offensive coordinators.
yeah. McDaniels has been there forever. I mean, you have to say McDaniels is the best one, right?
Yeah, I'm with Greg.
And
then obviously Weiss, and then Bob at the back.
I put Bill O'Brien at the bottom. Well, just above Byron Leftwich. Is any offensive coordinator that?
Yeah, that's not really Byron Leftwich's offense. Let's be real.
Oh, I think it is in the fact that they run it directly up the middle on first down.
It's just
Every single time.
Brady's the one calling the plays in essence of that offense.
Maybe.
He's calling all those plays of the line. It's not like
People
what
like
do you want to do, Brian.
Byron Leftwich though.
No, I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but I'm saying at this point,
Yeah.
Brady's
Why?
career is Brady's offense. That's
Why?
what
I don't know. Maybe he's a good coach, Andy. Did that ever cross your mind?
No.
Mm.
Well, yeah, but then I
would rather
saw
have
his
Eric
game
Bieniemy,
plans
to be honest,
and that quickly left my mind.
What game plans? What are you, a fucking X and O's guy?
All right. Let's.
Yeah.
let's-
Would you
let's
what you
back
watch
off.
the fucking
I watch y'all 22s,
Hey.
baby.
you watch all 22s and he's Byron Leftwich. Ugh. Didn't even
Run
recognize
up,
it.
Run it up the middle on first down.
Didn't even adjust to the cover two.
Fucking idiot.
Dude,
Hanging
let's-
Brady
let's-
out to
let's
dry
talk
with
about
these
something we can
bullshit
all agree
calls.
on. Did you see that video of Mike Vanderjagt waving the towel around, acting it up on the sidelines?
No?
Right at this time, right when they kick it back and the Colts get the ball back
Really?
after the Patriots just throw it 3 times. There's a
All
little
right.
clip of Mike Vanderjagt, playing a little cheerleader on the sideline
Fucking
with his
course.
earrings in.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Those huge fucking studs that he plays football
He
with.
looked like he was about to go to the club. He was going to drop his shoulder pads off and hit the club real quick. Getting some tight leather. Let's go.
Yeah, so this is, speaking of leather, this is where the rubber hits the road. So Patriots thankfully don't have an interception and have to punt it, but not a great punt again because this is Ken Walter.
Fuck you is my note.
What do I have? My
31
note
yards.
is can't punt it out of his own half from the 20, 18 yards. I know how this game ends and I'm still livid. Like I was like, my blood pressure was rising at this point.
Yeah.
I knew they won this game. And I'm still like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. 18 yards at this fucking moment. You can't, you're giving fucking Peyton Manning, who scored 3 touchdowns in 3 drives, the ball with 2:57 left at the New England 48 is where this drive started. You want to start, Jay?
They never make it this easy. That's like fucking
Yeah.
that quote from Pete Carroll in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? When the mic'd up, when he says to Russell Wilson, he's like, got 2 minutes
yeah,
left,
yeah.
50 yards. They never make it this easy. I love that quote.
I mean, it's fair. I mean, I bet they practice it all the time, 2-minute drill, and they usually make it a lot harder than that.
I know, but just
That's
the Pete Carroll, I'm the optimist. This is gonna be great. It's just it warms my heart to see his just completely shattered.
to watch him fail when he's that positive.
Yeah.
I like being
Everybody knows that guy at work, the one that's just like, come on, guys, if we all pull together, we can do this. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Day, guys.
Yeah, this sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Don't try to cheer me up. It makes me even more mad.
Just look for the silver lining, guys.
See, I'm not.
Look at all the stuff we're learning.
I'll be that guy in your life. How about that? Just so you get it outside of work too.
Yeah, but Steve, I know you
won't.
don't mean it. I know in your heart of hearts, you're a pessimist.
No way. I have fucking an optimistic phrase tattooed on my body.
Yeah, sing it to us.
That's a good sing.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. No, see done.
Some stab your granny music.
You're fucking right. Stab your granny music.
For
That
those
song was-
listeners at home, if you had to guess a genre of music that Andy likes, what would you think it would be?
I don't know what you're getting at, Greg.
Yeah.
Explain yourself.
Politely referred to as stab your granny music.
Yeah. Which is what one of my roommates called it when he learned what I listened to.
Speaking of
I still
stabbing
make my
grannies,
playlist called Stab Your Granny Music every time I put one together.
It's well put.
Peyton Manning is the guy in Scream, and the rest of the grannies in the house are the Patriots defense. No?
I didn't follow that. No, that was the
He
bridge
fucking
too
murders
far.
me. He goes, Edrin, 5 yards. Reggie Wayne, 13 yards. It's about to be a 2-minute warning. Hurries him up, runs a draw play, which great idea.
They never make
Gains 9
it this
yards.
easy.
They're starting a 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
2nd and 1 from the Patriots 21.
Yeah.
Need a touchdown to win.
Yeah.
And you
It's
have
really
two
the
timeouts?
fucking
You have one
Bucks
timeout.
game all over again, where it's like you go from trying to come back to like, maybe we should burn more time. You know?
Yeah. So
Those are, I love those coaching decisions. Those are tricky.
Oh, wicked hard. Yeah. Do we let him score? Try to get the ball back and give it
Where you're
6
like,
seconds?
do we just take the score? Yeah. Or do we like, try and burn some clock here?
you take.
I feel like you get that a lot in the modern game. Yeah.
Spoiler: you take the score, and then you squib kick it so that fucking Bethel Johnson doesn't return it. You let Brady throw another pick. That's what you do in this situation.
That's true.
Or if you're fucking Tony Dungy, which what does he have to say about it for himself? I wonder.
We have a post-game quote from
Is
him.
it dumb on my part?
Thanks for ruining it, Greg.
Thanks, Greg. Coach, obviously, you cut it to momentum.
Yeah, that's dumb on my part, kicking the ball deep.
Momentum.
Yeah, that's dumb on my part.
So yeah, he didn't just go for the score, but I think to exonerate him, I don't think he had anything to do with this last little bit. This is all Peyton
He's
Manning.
got to be feeling good.
Yeah. Peyton Manning
has a ball on the 21 with
From a play
a
calling
timeout. He has a timeout in 2 minutes to gain 20 yards and score a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like at this point, the way they've been playing the second half, they've been zipping and zapping it all over the field. It's kind of like a fun deal.
Yeah. And they drive right down to the 1 yard line. So
Yeah.
they're at
9
the
yards to Marvin Harrison, edge up the middle for 7 yards.
Yeah.
1 yard run.
Yeah. So now it's first and goal from the New England 2 yard line, 40 seconds left. So you got 4 bangs at this. And they kind of, Manning had some excuses after the game, which we'll get to. But first and goal from New England 2, the Colts run up, quick snap, run to the right, and it gets stopped. And then they line right back up. Quick snap, run straight up the middle, gets stopped again. Then they call a timeout. 3rd and goal from the 1 still, 18 seconds left. And at this point, after the game, Manning was talking about how it was the fault of injuries. Like the injuries is the reason they didn't score here. Where is it?
To be fair,
Here we go.
I like his call on the 2 quick runs. Like you got him on their heels a little bit. You're on the 1 yard line. It's down there. You just run it real quick and see if you get it in. And
It's what Brady does. Yeah, you run to the line and don't let the defensive line
Reset
like
or
get
sub
set
or
up and
anything,
get like dug in. And you just snap the ball real quick. And they did it twice. It didn't work. Great, fine. Doesn't work. But the quote from Manning after the game was, sometimes we've done things like that in the past when we've just punched it in before the defenders have a chance to get set, Manning said. We got down to the 1 and I called the timeout thinking we're going over the sideline that we're going to go get into our goal line offense. But when I got over there, we didn't have a goal line offense because the whole team is hurt. We had no fullback and no tight end. That's what it came down to. We had no personnel options. We had to stay with our 3-wide offense due to injuries.
Even
because of Clark getting hurt.
Your fucking play call can't be throw the fade to Moorhead.
Yeah, that was horrendous.
Yeah,
so that might be worse than throwing a slant with fucking
Moorhead and throw. You deserve to lose.
Yeah, not a good decision, but I guess he was the tallest receiver.
That fucking season.
But and if you're gonna throw that, you do that on this quick down, right? You run on first down, you run up like you're gonna snap, and you get these guys going. Okay, let's make sure we don't give up this quick run touchdown, and then you fool them by if you call a timeout and then you come out with the fade, like that doesn't work that way, you know?
Right. Yeah, because they're prepped for it. Like that defensive back out on that corner knows, you know. It's just me and him. I can he can sit there and get ready for it and prepare himself for a fade or a slant or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Moorhead, the rookie, who ends the season with 7 catches for 101 yards. Let's throw him the fade.
Yeah, why the fuck did they throw it to Moorhead?
That's my
off a timeout.
Right.
Yes, you were injured, and you
have Reggie. You have Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, Pollard, and Adrian James.
Who can catch your ball?
That's a great point, Steve. That is
it's
ridiculous call to throw a fade.
I think it's because he's 6'3", 200 pounds.
Still.
And he was...
that's what. Oh, he's tall. We'll just throw him the fade. Greg, you have said this earlier in this podcast about how that is the dumbest call in the NFL.
Yeah, I hate fades.
Now, since you said that, I'm so on your boat because their success is not that good.
The only time you ever see a success is when you throw it to Rob Gronkowski.
Yes.
Because he's just massively bigger than anybody covering him.
Linebacker. You know, a receiver on a cornerback?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cornerback's winning most of those.
Yeah.
But even then, it always looks difficult.
Yeah.
Like even when Gronk would catch him, it'd be like, whoa, that was a tough catch. Or surprise,
it's always a circus catch. You're right.
Yeah.
I agree. So it's 4th and 1, 14 seconds left. Oh, we didn't even mention the fact that earlier on in this drive, I think, I don't remember exactly when it was, but Willie McGinnis goes down hurt.
Willie makes a stop.
Air quotes hurt.
Does the run.
Yeah. Was he? Well, he said he had cramps, and Belichick said he had a knee problem. He had a knee issue after the game.
They were the crowd.
They didn't get on the same page on that one.
Fucking Christ.
Didn't fucking matter. So, but he recovered in time because this was not part of these 4 plays. I don't think it was earlier in the drive. So,
I think it might have been right before they called the timeout when they tried to do those first 2 quick runs. I don't know if he was in there or not.
He wasn't. No, because I wrote down. Yeah, Matt Chatham was in there instead. And so I think the first play they ran at Matt Chatham, and Bruschi made the tackle.
Bruschi made both those tackles.
He did. Yeah, on the first and the second down play.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Low key MVP, Bruschi.
He's solid. I did like
change. Have they changed that rule?
These are Hightower like plays right there. Those 2 tackles, because those should have been quarterback and runs. And even Manning said, in his post game, we've had a lot of success doing that. But
yep.
Teddy's playing Hightower and making the clutch runs back to back plays.
Right. Yeah. And I like that the commentators are talking about how Teddy Bruschi was the first small linebacker to have success in the NFL.
Yeah.
A fucking small Teddy Bruschi.
Monster now, yeah.
Right? Teddy Bruschi was 6'1", 247. So he's not tall.
He's pretty hefty.
He's bigger than I am.
It's pretty light. He's lighter than I thought he would be.
I mean,
247?
Yeah.
That's not light, dude.
But generally guys now are like 6'2", 6'3" in that weight.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he was kind of like small compared to the linebackers before that, the Willie McGinnis, if you will. These big fucking the Ted Johnsons of the league, the fucking massive shit stompers. Yeah, 4th and 1, 14 seconds left. And the Colts decide Edgar James up the middle. That's the call to make. And McGinnis had, I don't know if I wrote the quote down or if I grabbed it, talking about how he played that play, where basically he's like, I know I'm coming in. I'm just like, I'm selling out on the run, but I don't want Manning to know that. So he turned outside to the wide receiver. So it looked like he was going to hit him before he came. And then he turned back and Manning just assumed he was going to be in coverage. And so when Willie McGinnis came back, he saw that Manning had tapped his butt or some sort of signal to say that he was running the ball. And so that's what keyed off Willie McGinnis to just come screaming off the edge and caught Edgar James, 2-3 yards in the backfield. Yeah. He didn't even make it to the pile before he got tackled.
Untouched.
Oh yeah, completely untouched.
Feels like it was a breakdown in blocking.
It wasn't good.
But I don't know enough about football to know whether that's true.
I watched the All-22, Greg.
Sitting on his knees.
Well, Peyton Manning didn't shift the protection after the fucking motion, so yeah.
I mean, if you look closely, the tight end on that side crashes down.
He's in the 3 technique, as you can see here, that I've circled.
I mean, he's not. He's actually standing up in what looks like he's going to be in coverage, but literally just comes screaming off the edge, untouched. And I mean, he's uncovered on that side. There's no tight end over there anyway. So yeah, it was just the perfect play call, the perfect execution on defense, and Big Willie, the perfect celebration,
iconic celebration.
Yeah, high stepping
Manning face. We just can't really see it because he's on his knees as Willie's running by him with his finger up, and you can just think about the Manning face on him right there.
Yes,
just.
And again, this is the second point in this game where if you're a Patriots fan at this game, you are just ecstatic.
The shift of emotions.
You went from you're like, I can't believe we're going to lose this game to we fucking did it. We fucking did it. And really, you want to do the same thing that Willie McGinnis is doing is just fucking
just
run.
Stepping
you
down
have so
midfield.
Much energy that you just want to, I love that feeling.
Oh, it feels so good.
Where you're like, I just want to move.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Oh, so good. Let's see. Anything else about this game that stuck out to you boys?
We want to do best and worst?
I can give you some stats first if you want to do that.
Sure.
I have some notes on Marvin Harrison.
All right. Let me
save that for another day, but
all right, let me do the nerd section here. Peyton Manning's last 3 home games versus New England, he hasn't done very well in New England, but at home against the Patriots. Coming into this game, in 3 games, 789 yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a rating of 121.9. I
guess it's pretty good.
That's fucking ridiculous. He's fucking dome merchant, but still, he's the best at it. One of my favorite offense stats they showed was the Colts offense, their ranks in 2003. They were ranked first in passing, 28th in rushing, and second overall.
Why would you, pass? Why would you run the ball when you got Peyton Manning to pass it?
But Edgar James still ran for 1,200 yards.
That's pretty good.
Even like that, didn't matter. Let's see. What is this one? Peyton Manning at home with NFL ranks on the season. First in completion percentage, second in yards per attempt, first in yards per game, second in QB rating. Just an absolute animal at home. And then they did the I've been enjoying these, just looking back at them, the polls that they put up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this one was against the Cowboys. It was who was the coach of the year this year. And Bill Parcells was first and Belichick was 5th.
Yeah.
Nailed that one. Then this was which of these AFC teams will be playing in Super Bowl 35, 6, 7, 8, 38. Indianapolis, Kansas City, Miami, New England, Tennessee. I think all those teams make the playoffs. So not like a huge fucking deal, but at least they had the team on there
at the time.
I
think Cincinnati was stoked on that because they've been crap for a while, right?
Yeah, and I believe Cincinnati the week before had just beaten Kansas City for their first loss of the season. So I think Cincinnati's like 6-6 or something, like right middle of the road, but they had beaten Kansas City. We're like 7.
Corey Dillon.
Yeah,
we'll hear about him later.
We sure will. Yeah. So those are my main stats. Do you guys want to do best and worst?
Mike Vanderjagt, 37 of 37 this year.
Yeah.
On field goal attempts.
Cool.
Look at him go.
We'll get back to him.
The guy we just shit on the whole fucking podcast had a perfect season kicking the ball.
Yeah. How do you do tackling kick returners?
I don't really think that's his primary job. I think his primary job is kicking field goals.
Well, not according to him.
Pretty good at it, you know?
Maybe.
I have a real best.
All right.
I don't know how long this recording is right now, but we've gone this entire fucking time without Andy mentioning the commentators.
They were good.
Said one thing, positive or negative, about the commentators.
That means they were like stupendous.
Yeah, this is probably maybe the most quality commentated game we've watched, and I have a nice quote.
I bet we have the same one.
Okay.
Do you want to say it or do I?
It was about Bethel Johnson returning kicks.
Yep.
And this is why I think there's 3 big returns, because he says something about slap me in the face with a skunk 3 times. You know?
Oh, no, I wrote it verbatim because it was so good.
Okay.
Quote, if you slap me in the face with a skunk 3 times, I'll figure out what it is.
Yes.
Phil Simms said that?
Yeah.
I like Phil.
About Bethel Johnson breaking off big returns in this game. I mean,
yeah. It's about not kicking it to Bethel Johnson.
Yes.
Which I didn't figure out. Yeah. Also, this game got so exciting that Phil Simms literally fell out of his chair.
Yes, he did.
Like at one point.
Yes, he did.
Like, Phil, are you all right? Greg was like, Phil, are you all right? He's like, yeah, this game is really exciting.
It wasn't.
Oh, you're talking about me just falling out of my chair? You and he's like, and Greg Gubble's like, yeah, I was just going to gloss over that. But he's like, yeah, it's so exciting. I fell out of my chair.
Good old Phil.
All right. Yeah, this was the NBC's A team for sure.
See, I like the Brady quote when Dedrick Ward scored a touchdown. They said, yeah, Tom Brady talked to us last night, and he said, what a neat guy for us to pick up. Fucking neat.
Neat guy. Fucking Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He had
his goober phase, isn't
relatively productive career, more than you would think.
Yeah, and now Tom Brady's shit-faced on a boat throwing the Lombardi trophy from one boat to another.
I didn't watch any of that.
Look how far he's matured.
Yeah. I feel like he kind of peaked, and now he's on his way back down again. He's going to be like a super goober. I
know what it is. I saw a cut of
I love it.
Of Dante huddling the offensive line, and Brady was listening in. So once he was removed from his life, then all of maturity.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe Dante Scarnecchia was the
yes, that's exactly
the reason.
He is the calming force.
Yeah. All right.
I got another plus as well.
Okay.
I believe it was your boy Eugene Wilson who committed a pass interference penalty when he clearly got beat. But if he hadn't, it would have scored a touchdown and it put the Colts on the 1 or whatever. It was like third quarter or so. And he was just gone. And if he doesn't commit that pass interference, then that's an easy TD. And then they cut to a Colts guy in the stand being like, yeah, we're number 1. He was just the biggest Indianapolis goober I've ever seen in my life.
Well, that I was gonna save that, but that was gonna be my best. But I will post
this guy
because was it this guy with the turtleneck?
No,
underneath the jersey.
No.
The short sleeve turtleneck, obviously underneath the jersey.
Yeah.
I had to capture that. I had to pause it and go back and capture this because this is what I picture an Indianapolis Colts fan look like.
Oh no, he's way too skinny to be from Indianapolis.
Wow, that's just here. The picture I get of just like,
yeah,
Peyton Manning, he'll pull it out.
That's how we know you don't get out of the state much, Andy.
Yeah,
well, that's fine.
I couldn't disagree more.
I don't care.
Bend Indiana, okay, buddy?
Congrats.
How was it?
I think it's more impressive that I haven't.
And then let's go worse. It's kind of a two-parter, and it's the ads and the what we got to see on the extra, because this took a lot longer because there was no commercials cut out.
Yeah,
some of them were good. There was one about Jared as a judge, like a judge asked Jared
from
what his
Subway
opinion was in some legal case, which I thought was yeesh, a little awkward for sure.
Yeah, there was a better one though that I found.
All right, here we go.
Remember when Budweiser commercials were actually funny?
Leon, your reactions following today's devastating loss.
Football's a team sport, man. So I got to put the loss squarely on the shoulders of my supporting cast. Look, man, I've been carrying these guys the whole season, but I can't do it all. I need some help.
So your 4 fumbles weren't a factor in your mind?
Not if one of those other guys would have jumped on the ball. Again, Leon can't do everything.
There's no I in team.
Well, ain't no we either.
Again, ironic, it's in the Peyton Manning game too.
Right, exactly. Peyton Manning and Mike Vanderjagt in this. I wonder if either one of them
would be like, that would actually probably still play today. And then the Diamond commercials are the same fucking thing too.
Oh yeah. Yes, all the car commercials exactly the same. Trucks driving through puddles. Yay.
When are we getting widescreen?
I don't know. Yeah, it's got to be coming soon.
Whenever that, we got the first down line, I think this year.
Yeah. I think we saw it for like primetime games last year, but it's like official now for all the games this year.
It's in every game, and that's made a huge difference. And widescreen is going to make a huge difference for me too.
Yeah. All right.
Me too.
Greg, give me your best and worst.
Can you go first? I don't have anything.
Okay.
He didn't watch the game.
I watched.
Reading the PFR
all this is just from memory. Yeah. He's been bullshitting us this entire time. Let's see. There's a good Bill Belichick quote that they came out with. Talking to his team before the game because they were getting a little high and mighty because they were 9-2. He said to his team, "You want to be compared to that 2001 Super Bowl team? How many games did they win after Thanksgiving? 9. How many of you won? 0. Fucking typical of Belichick. Raining on their parade and they're fucking 9-2. And then at halftime, apparently his quote was, "This game will come down to who can protect the best at the end." Which, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Let's see. Who else was good in this? Tom Brady started off hot as hell. He was 11 for 11 before he finally missed in the second quarter. Ken Walter already talked about, it was garbage. Tony Dungy is dumb, which talked about. Peyton Manning, this is the first fumble in the first quarter that he lost in over a year, which I thought was fucking ridiculous. And I think my worst was remembering about the Colts Peyton Manning no huddle offense, where they used to just like not huddle, but Manning would just like call audibles all the time at the line of scrimmage for like 30 seconds. And they put that in Madden, and it was the fucking worst because they'd run no huddle the entire time, but then they would sit there and just like drain the clock down with Peyton Manning just calling audible, and then eventually he'd snap the ball. Omaha, just constantly. Yeah, it was brutal to play against. Games took so long. And I've thought this before. I don't think I've said it yet, but Marvin Harrison looks like somebody put the head of a 50-year-old dude on the body of a football player. Like he's looked 50 years old like his entire career.
That's true.
I don't know if it's the mustache or what it is, or just like his facial features.
It didn't like he didn't age either though.
Right. Yeah, no, but he always looked like he's
the same age.
Just 50. Yeah, he never got any older.
Career. I thought that too.
I bet he probably still looks like that.
He's pretty young right now, right? You don't look young.
Yeah. But he's probably in 2003, was he like 25 maybe? But he just looks like a 50-year-old. He looks like somebody's dad all the time.
Looks like a stone cold killer.
Well, I mean, he did have 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 0 witnesses this year.
Greg wasn't afraid of him, though.
Greg will defer.
We'll tease that for a later episode.
All right.
Ooh.
But I looked into the Marvin Harrison shooting incident.
Ooh. All right. Well, we'll do a deep dive next time the Colts come to town.
I have
so you are afraid of it.
Thoughts.
Just not Edgerrin.
Well, I mean, it depends if he's guilty or not. But we'll see. We'll get into the nitty-gritty next time.
Yeah, right.
There's my besties from that too. That was their touchdown, Manning to Harrison. That was their 66th TD pass from Manning to Harrison.
That's a lot.
Yeah, except when you think about where they finished at. The number one combo NFL history, 114 times.
God damn.
Manning threw touchdowns to Harrison.
Although Brady and Gronk got to be catching that.
They were at 99 at the time of this writing.
Okay.
February 7th, 2021. So holy shit.
So yeah.
3 days ago.
So yeah, because that includes the two.
Want to guess
Super Bowl
number 3?
Oh.
I'll give you the team. 49ers.
Montana to Rice.
And
Close.
Steve
Young
Young
to Jerry
Stokes.
Rice.
Yeah. J.J. Stokes.
92 times. Phillip Rivers to Antonio Gates, 90.
Damn. That's a lot.
Dan Marino to Mark Clayton, 82.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger to Mr. Big Chest, 78.
Wow. They didn't even play that long together, did they?
Peyton to Reggie Wayne, 76.
Holy shit, he's on there twice.
Yeah. Breeze to Colston, which is pretty interesting.
Colston, wow.
Yeah, you don't really think of Colston as like a household name.
No.
And
Where's
then Aaron,
the next one.
he's not top 10.
Well, that's the thing. Like Brady has had so many touchdowns, so many different receivers that.
Yeah. And you know who else is sort of robbed by that? Gonzalez. Tony Gonzalez had it. Just he was like the Antonio Gates, same idea. Caught a ton.
Yeah. But
Well,
he
it was
had
just
a bunch of quarterbacks, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't have Phil Rivers.
Yeah, it's like Larry Fitzgerald. He has a shit ton of touchdowns, but I don't know if he has 10 from one quarterback at this point. Ridiculous. All right, did you have a worse, Greg?
Well,
This was one of those games where there wasn't one.
Yeah, there wasn't one.
Just Tom Brady interceptions, maybe.
No. But do you guys want to briefly talk about the Super Bowl that just passed?
I think we could probably do an episode on that.
Steve?
On Tom Brady winning a Super Bowl, not on the Patriots.
It's certainly not an emergency.
No, I think maybe it could be like after we finish this season, we talk about the Brady winning a Super Bowl with the Patriots in 2003, and then do an episode of 2020 Tom Brady winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to subject myself to rewatching all that. I don't know. I didn't watch any of the championship parade.
Did you watch? Were you happy that the Patriots won the Super Bowl, Steve?
The Patriots? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean, the
I'm always happy
fucking
the Patriots in the Super Bowl, Greg. I was rooting for Brady for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of other podcast related things, though, we're recording this on February 11th, 2021. That is exactly 1 year from when we launched this podcast. So congratulations,
It's our
gentlemen,
birthday?
for making a full year. Yes.
What the fuck, dude? Why didn't we make a cake?
You didn't get your cake?
I've been telling you, themed podcast, birthday cakes. Come on.
It's a terrible.
You know what makes
Thanksgiving.
great audio? Listen to three dudes eat fucking cake.
Yeah.
It's bad enough we're going to listen to you eat dinner halfway through these fucking things.
Well, guys got to live, Andy. What am I going to be malnutritioned just for the sake of some fucking podcast?
I don't think anybody's going to consider you
I tell you what,
malnutrition.
fucking soup. It's hard to eat quietly. So if
Yes,
you heard
we
me this
know.
episode, I apologize, but it's just one of those foods.
So since I love numbers, I'll give you some. Since we launched this, we have had 5,886 downloads of the podcast.
That's the same amount of men that have touched your penis, right, Andy?
Also true.
No, that's annual, Greg.
Yeah, this is annual too. This is over a year.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
One
the numbers
per
track.
download.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we have? I don't know how to use this very
How
well.
many episodes have we done?
Oh boy, we have done a lot of episodes.
Guess, Steve.
Yeah, give me a guess.
1 week would be 52. I know we've done 50. There's no way we did more than one a week.
That's
when we launched 3.
Oh, right. We pre-recorded a bunch.
Mm-hmm. So I think we have actually done one every week except for last week and then over this past Christmas. So we have actually released 55 episodes. This will be 56 right now.
We released 56 in 12 months.
That's a surprising amount.
I hope they don't expect that forever because
no.
You know, it's going to end some point.
I mean, this is very COVID specific, I think, the rate at which we're going.
Well, I'm excited to finish this season.
Yeah, next season.
Yeah.
This playoffs is going to be awesome.
Year too.
Yeah, this whole thing. Yeah, it's going to be great. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here we go. Downloads per episode. The most popular episode. Well, I don't know if I trust this is week 1, 2001.
That's probably the worst episode too.
Yeah. But let's see. Outside of the first 1, 2, 3, week 4 is not popular. Week 1, 2, 3, and 5 of the first season, and then it's Tom Brady emergency episode, 149 listens.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and then the start of 2002, the emergency episode of when we picked up Cam Newton, 132.
Oh, so young, so naive.
Yeah, and then a lot of the 2001 playoffs are on here. Yeah.
Where does the Lions game rank? Because that was my favorite.
So Patriots at Lions, 125 downloads. 2002 week 13, right? Yeah. So not bad. Yeah, most of these are getting over 100 listens at this point. But
Idiots.
We did see a bit of a drop, it seems, when the season started. Right around... actually, I think it was kind of when people realized maybe the Patriots weren't doing great around November. Things kind of dropped off a bit.
Yeah, well, we're fair weather fans too, so I understand that.
Yeah, no, I think all fair weather fans will make a podcast about watching games from 20 years ago.
What are you guys going to do in the off season now that there's no football? You guys got any like hobbies or, planned activities or interests?
Bro, you're a part of my hobby right now.
Okay. All right.
This
is it though?
They made gambling legal in Virginia, so
say no more.
You gonna gamble on WNBA?
I put a $50 bet down on the NASCAR shit the other day.
Yikes.
As you do.
How'd you say $150 bet?
It was $50 for Denny Hamlin to complete one lap of the Daytona 500 plus 100.
Did he?
I don't think it's happened yet. He's got to drive one fucking lap. Of course.
So find out next week how Steve lost $50. Denny Hamlin didn't actually fucking participate in this race, but Steve didn't know it because he doesn't follow NASCAR.
They're just giving away money. It's great.
Speaking of next week, what is next week? Ooh.
Well, you want to... What else you got going on here, Andy? Let's get a peek inside.
What else do we have going on?
Yeah, what else are you doing for hobbies?
All right. Well,
inside what?
I know you always got a project going on.
We got some projects. There is, I wasn't about to announce it now, but I guess I will. Going to be a revamp of the Patriots Dynasty website. So that's coming down.
Something non-football related, Andy.
Non-football related. I don't do anything right now. I go hiking.
Ooh, hiking.
But it's fucking cold right now, so I don't do that either. I bought boots.
Snowshoes. You could try snowshoeing.
I have snowshoes.
Mom's getting snowshoes, she said.
Right. Those. If we get a bit more snow, I might go skiing. That's something you can do by yourself.
You got any projects around the house going?
No project around the house at the moment. No. What about yourself? You got projects around the house?
If you need some advice, just let me know.
With your all those months of experience you have. Yeah, I'll come to you.
I built a bed, like a swing bed for the my porch.
Yeah.
And no idea how I'm going to put it up.
No.
So it's just sitting in my living room.
I was wondering where you were keeping that because it's literally
like
the size of like a bed. Yeah.
It's a twin size bed. Yeah.
Like it's a bed frame that you think you're going to hang from the roof of your porch.
Yeah.
Drill it in the wood shit, just hang it up there.
Yeah. If it falls, whatever, right? Also, my other hobby.
Don't hang it too high.
Sporkle.com.
Oh, gosh. Uh-huh.
I don't know what that is.
Sporkle is like a quiz. Trivia quiz website. It's actually good for our listeners. There's one on there like, can you name every player that's got a touchdown from Brady? That one's like fun to do. I've been doing. I named every country in the world the other day. I'm working my way through capitals.
Congratulations.
Which are much more difficult.
I would imagine.
Right now, my number one country and capital is Djibouti.
Yeah. I had a friend who's deployed there.
Djibouti.
Where did you get deployed? Djibouti. Oh, yeah, we're in Djibouti.
Djibouti.
No, I just asked where you got deployed, not Djibouti.
Let me see you shake your Djibouti.
Yeah.
God damn.
Also, I've made a habit of singing around the house, like the Antigua, Barbuda.
Oh, yeah.
I just do that, but insert African countries instead. Uganda, Rwanda, come on, baby, won't you? Kelly hates that.
So I guess a project for all of us is annoying our significant others.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on perfecting that.
Yeah, that's a lifestyle.
We're a year into this, like not just this podcast, but COVID.
Yeah, because we kind of started this at about the same time.
Yeah, it's like a method of survival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I remember going on tape and predicting when it would end.
Okay, let's do this now then.
Again
for posterity. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So let's say when.
I got it. When will you next go to like a Patriots-sized group of fans?
So
you next go to a professional sporting event?
Concerts, professional sporting event.
Over like 10,000 people. You're in a big ass crowd.
Okay.
That's really the test of when it's back.
That's what I've been saying too. That's when I know it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So September.
September?
I mean, you could go to a baseball game this summer, right?
Yeah, but like, when will you be back?
Yeah, but will that have? So are we talking about
when will pro sports allow capacity fans at games?
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying.
Because
I think you can go to a baseball game, but I don't think it'll be at capacity this summer.
Right.
But I think there's so much money in the NFL that it will be September at the latest. I think you'll have full fans by September.
Steve?
I'm gonna go 1 year from today.
Ooh.
You sicko.
Disgusting
sicko. You're right.
Dude, he's probably right, Andy.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
changed mine to never.
I'm just following the CDC recommended guidelines, buddy.
This is what we're doing.
Fauci told me not to expect it until 2022. I'm optimistic, if anything.
Yeah. And the other piece of information is we know that COVID's not real. So really it's how much is the government willing to push us until they break us?
Yeah. When will the sheep wake up?
Yeah. When will the sheep wake up?
We don't need that. What are we, InfoWars? God damn it.
We're banned.
Just call me Andy Jones.
Greg.
Get deplatformed as we speak.
The frog's gay.
What's your date, Greg?
Yeah.
See, I like both of your calls of like, I think the NFL, it's more likely to start a season to go right into it than to transition halfway through a year, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like baseball is not going to just be like halfway through, be like, all right, now we're doing full.
Right.
NFL makes sense. I think maybe NBA is not going to do it because they're always the softest.
Yeah. Or most
hockey.
Thinking, everyone.
Hockey.
When's that? When does that start?
October, November.
End of the year. Yeah. November. I'm saying November. Write it down. The Boston Bruins.
So Andy September, you're November, I am February.
Okay.
Actually, when will Biden be out of office? Because that's mine now. This is all a Biden conspiracy. Greg sold me. So 4 years. Change of fucking.
He dies in office because
it depends on when we storm the Capitol next.
In 4 years, he stages a coup, remains in office forever.
We're gonna get removed from iTunes.
Now, is it going to be a coup or is it going to be a coup d'état?
No, a coup d'état.
Explain that to me.
Is only for a certain. It has to be a coup in a specific region of France. Otherwise, it's just a coup.
That's not true.
It's like champagne. Yeah, you can only call it champagne if it's from
you
the
can have
champagne.
coup
region.
d'états in other countries.
Nope.
It's
It's
a good book, Greg. Come on.
I'm pretty sure a coup d'état is like a military one, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure you're just an idiot.
yeah. I'm pretty sure my explanation was a joke that you missed.
Why? Because it's a French word.
Yes.
Because that's how the French handle champagne. It can only be called champagne, otherwise it has to be called sparkling wine or whatever the fuck it is.
All right. Next week, whoever comes to the podcast with the best Sporkle score on Brady's touchdowns.
Greg.
You've already taken it, you fucking cheater.
And you're gonna come with a 0 because you're not gonna be there. So
Okay. Okay.
Oh shit.
Can you name Super Bowl winners in a row?
Starting in which way?
Let's start with 2001.
No, why are we doing this?
2000.
now?
Yeah. I will save this for next week.
Okay.
This has gone on long enough.
Do you think you could do it though?
From 2001 onwards? Yes.
No.
Yeah. I couldn't.
Well, I think we should go 2020 backwards and see who can go furthest back.
Yeah.
But we'll do that next week.
But then you're going to study and you're going to know it.
No, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm going to study. I got time for that.
I ain't got that shit either.
If anybody can study, it's going to be you, Greg. So I'm not worried about
Well, I already did study.
Greg,
Yeah.
like I didn't watch the game, but I did watch every other Super Bowl going backwards from 2000.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have time to watch the game.
I was like, who did the
2%
Steelers beat
total.
in Big Ben's first?
Seahawks.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Antoine Randall Ellis scored a touchdown.
From?
I don't
He
remember.
scored a touchdown? Threw a touchdown.
Threw a touchdown.
Threw a touchdown
Yeah.
to Heinz Ward.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the other way around. I don't remember.
No, you're right.
No, I was right. Okay. Next week, though, on the podcast,
Trivia week.
Week 14. Trivia week, yes.
Trivia week. Do you want me to put together some trivia for you guys?
Yeah. And
Because I
here's
spent a
some
lot of
trivia.
time on Sporkle anyways.
Here, let's do this. Here's the trivia question for you just to warm you up. What is
Okay.
next week?
Next week is
2003, week 14.
a Tuesday.
Let me-
Wednesday.
let
A Thursday? Are we getting hotter or colder?
The game next week in 2003, week 14 is the polar opposite, if you will. That is your clue.
Ice cap game. I know what game it is.
Ice cap.
I know.
Brewski in the snow, throwing snow in the
Yeah,
air.
it
Hey,
is.
what a
Way to
wow,
ruin it for me,
back-to-back
Greg.
weeks.
Miami
I didn't know that.
Dolphins coming to town to visit the now 10-2 New England Patriots. Killing it. Still haven't lost.
See, I'm telling
My
you,
favorite
Sporkle
season.
makes my brain better.
Doesn't
Shout out
matter.
Sporkle.com. Can we do ads for Sporkle?
Apparently, we already are. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know why you're
How was
asking
it
the
pants?
question. But yes, all right. So next week, Patriots versus the Dolphins in the snow. We all remember this game too. Another game with a name. Ooh,
Game
I
with a
like
name.
that. Oh.
That's a
All
good
right.
call. I like that too.
If you have any,
Should we
Sporkle,
we should highlight.
suggestions?
Yeah, we should highlight games with names on like the podcast listings.
okay.
So if people want to like
You think some
listen
sort
to
of
a
fucking marketing genius, Greg? Get the fuck out of here.
You boys are fucking.
looks
killing
like
me.
I
If you
struck a
have-
nerve, huh, Andy?
If you have any marketing tips or Sporkle suggestions, or if you just want to tell one or all of us to shut the fuck up, you can text the Dynasty Hotline. Anybody remember? Pop quiz. What's the number?
5555. Hey, is Indiana Jones there? No, motherfucker, he's not real.
603 505
505. 505.
8043. Fucking Greg, your brain is
505.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like 555.
All right, let's see if I can remember this for next week.
All right. So
What is it? 603
Yeah.
505.
Yeah.
What's the next four?
Come on, the last part's the easiest part.
Yeah. 80 for 3.
Troy Brown for
8-0.
Troy Brown.
I got pictures of Troy
On the
Brown
corner.
fucking sinking a basket. He definitely would do that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Corner 3 for sure.
I need a mnemonic device.
I just gave you one. Troy
I
Brown
know,
for 3.
but for the 505 though.
SOS. Save our season. Troy Brown for 3.
SOS. Save our season,
there.
Troy Brown. All right.
We've
I'll
been over
remember
this. Me and Steve Brown have been workshopping this for weeks.
It has taken me a long time. Let's be real.
Yeah. 603-505-8043. Shoot us a text. And
I found a good one, guys.
On the podcast. Good.
Can you name the Patriots statistical leaders of the 2010s?
No.
Yes.
Passing yards, rushing yards, rushing TDs. Top 10 in each category. This is gonna be awesome. I just figured out the next 3 days of my life.
Until next week, we will see you later.
Sacks? I don't know. Could be
See you
anybody.
later.
See you later, you fucking idiot.